A judge's son accidentally killed someone in a hit and run. Thinking his father would protect him, he fled without a second thought. But to his shock, when his father Song found out, he immediately insisted they go to the police. Song was a man of the law who believed in justice above all. In South Korea, crimes like this often led to just a few years behind bars. But as they reached the station, Ho Yang froze. He couldn't bring himself to step out of the car with no other choice. Song went in alone, planning to confess on his son's behalf. The moment he entered, he sensed something was wrong. The station was in chaos. Officers rushing, phones ringing non-stop. Then he saw the news playing in the lobby. It was the hit and run. But the victim wasn't just a random citizen. He was the son of Kim, the most powerful man in Korea. Kim wasn't just a wealthy CEO. He also controlled a massive crime syndicate. Though he'd been jailed 3 years ago for violent bid rigging, Song knew Kim could easily buy his freedom. Once Kim learned his son was dead, jail wouldn't be the driver's punishment. Something far worse awaited. Terrified, Song ran back to the car and drove his son straight home. There he put on gloves and scrubbed every trace of blood from the car. Then he tossed his son's blood-stained clothes into a passing garbage truck, watching until they were shredded. Only then did he finally feel a moment of relief. Meanwhile, the prison warden hesitantly delivered the news to Kim. Grief turned instantly to rage. Kim made a few calls and secured an early release. Standing over his son's body, Kim was devastated. But what pushed him over the edge was the doctor's words. If his son had arrived just minutes earlier, he might have survived. That single line burned into Kim's mind. He swore he'd make the driver pay back home. Song tried to stay calm, but the car in his garage still haunted him. That night, he contacted an old friend. Pretending it was his wife's death anniversary, he said his son always had asthma attacks when riding in her car. For his son's sake, he wanted to quietly get rid of it. His friend agreed and brought in a butcher who specialized in such tasks. The next day, the butcher arrived in disguise and silently drove the car away, watching it disappear. Song finally exhaled. At the same time, Kim got hold of the emergency call from the night of the accident. He listened to it, repeatedly dissecting every detail. It wasn't his son who had called, it was the driver. Though they hadn't spoken, their breathing was telling, shallow, wheezy, labored. It sounded like someone with asthma. That single clue became Kim's first real lead.